Ever wondered why the chicken crossed the road? No? Well, neither have we, but it's a classic joke and it's time to find out why. Let's take a trip back in time, all the way to the ancient cultures of Greece and Egypt. Humor, believe it or not, was a crucial part of their societies. The Greeks in particular were known for their love of comedy. They would host grand festivals where playwrights would compete, showcasing their comedic talents. And guess what? Some of these plays, laden with satire and farce, are still performed today. They truly are timeless. Over in Egypt, humor was also cherished. It was woven into their mythology, with gods often engaging in amusing antics. Even their hieroglyphs, those fascinating pictorial scripts, contain instances of humor. Think of it as their version of a comic strip. As time rolled on, humor evolved, branching out into various forms. Slapstick comedy, for instance, began to gain popularity in the Roman era. Who knew watching someone slip on a banana peel could provoke such laughter? Yet, it's a staple of humor we still see in today's cartoons. Then came the Middle Ages, a time when satire started to shine. It was a tool for social commentary, cleverly disguised as humor. Satire allowed people to criticize the powers that be without facing immediate repercussions. Fast forward to the modern era, and we see the rise of irony. It's a form of humor that requires a bit of mental gymnastics, as it often involves saying one thing but meaning the opposite. Quite sophisticated, isn't it? So you see, humor has a rich and diverse history. It has been used to entertain, to critique, and to express creativity. It has morphed and adapted, reflecting the times in which it was used. From the ancient Greeks' love of comedy to our modern-day appreciation of irony, humor has been a constant companion of mankind. So the next time you laugh at a chicken crossing the road, remember you're partaking in a tradition as old as civilization itself. Have you ever wondered why your grandparents' jokes seem so out of touch? It's not just because they're old, it's because humor evolves. Indeed, humor is a living, breathing entity, constantly shifting and morphing to reflect the zeitgeist of its time. Think of it as a mirror that society holds up to itself, reflecting our values, our fears, and our hopes. In the Roaring '20s, slapstick comedy and vaudeville were all the rage, reflecting a society that was keen to laugh and forget the horrors of the First World War. In the '60s, satire and political humor came to the fore, mirroring the era's social upheaval and demand for change. Fast forward to the dawn of the 21st century, and we see the birth of a new kind of humor, internet humor. Suddenly, humor wasn't just about making people laugh anymore. It was about connecting, about sharing, about being part of a global conversation. With the advent of social media, humor became a currency, a language that transcended borders and cultures. Memes, viral videos, and GIFs became the new punchlines, their ubiquity and speed of dissemination unmatched by any joke book or comedy club. And just as the internet has revolutionized communication, so too has it transformed humor. Today, humor is more inclusive, more diverse, more immediate than ever before. It's not just about the joke anymore. It's about the context, the timing, the shared experience. It's about seeing a funny cat video and knowing that somewhere on the other side of the world, someone else is laughing at the same thing. It's about using humor as a tool to challenge power structures, to raise awareness, to bring people together. So the next time you find yourself bemoaning the death of good old-fashioned humor, remember this: humor isn't dying, it's evolving. It's becoming more nuanced, more complex, more reflective of the world we live in. So when you're scrolling through memes on your phone, remember you're witnessing the evolution of humor in real time. What makes something funny? Is it the joke itself or the way it's told? Or is it all just in our heads? Well, let's dive into the world of neuroscience and psychology to unravel the science of humor. Humor, in its essence, is a complex cognitive function. It's an interplay of various parts of our brain working together. When we hear a joke, our left hemisphere begins to work on the words and structure of the joke. Simultaneously, the brain's large frontal lobe, responsible for social emotional responses, becomes active. It's here that the brain starts to understand the joke's context. Finally, the right hemisphere of the brain, which handles abstract thinking, kicks in to get the joke, leading to that satisfying aha moment we experience. But humor doesn't stop at the brain. It's a full-body experience. A good laugh triggers a cascade of physiological responses. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure rises, and your body releases a cocktail of hormones like endorphins, the body's natural painkiller, and dopamine, the feel-good hormone. It's like a mini workout for your body. Now let's revisit our initial question. What makes something funny? Well, different people find different things funny due to differences in their temperament, cultural background, and personal experiences. For instance, someone with a sarcastic sense of humor might not find slapstick comedy funny, and vice versa. It all boils down to individual preferences and experiences. Humor also has a surprising social aspect. It acts as a social bonding tool, creating connections between people. It can break the ice in awkward situations, bring people together, and even help us cope with difficult circumstances. So, the science of humor is a fascinating blend of cognitive processing, physiological responses, and social bonding. It's not just about the joke or the way it's told. It's about how our brain and body react to it, and the connections it helps us build. So, the next time you laugh so hard your sides hurt, remember it's just your brain enjoying a good joke. Why do we need humor? Is it just for fun, or does it serve a deeper purpose? In the grand scheme of life, humor often seems like a frivolous optional extra, a chuckling cherry on top of the serious sundae of existence. But in reality, it serves as a vital social tool with far-reaching implications. Let's start with the obvious. Humor brings us together, forging connections between people who might otherwise remain strangers. It's a universal language that transcends borders, cultures, and even time. We've all experienced that wonderful moment when a shared joke sparks a bond, and suddenly the world feels a little less lonely. But humor does more than just unite us. It also serves as a powerful tool for challenging societal norms. Comedians, satirists, and ordinary folks use humor to point out absurdities, injustices, and flaws in our society. By making us laugh at these issues, they make them more palatable and accessible, opening the door for more serious conversations. Humor also plays a crucial role in easing societal tensions. In times of strife, a well-placed joke can serve as a pressure release valve, dissipating tension and helping us find common ground. It's no coincidence that some of the best humor emerges from the most challenging circumstances. Moreover, humor can be a beacon of hope in dark times. It has the power to lift spirits, inspire resilience, and remind us of our shared humanity. It's a light that shines brightest when the world is at its darkest, a testament to the indomitable spirit of mankind. But perhaps the most important role of humor is its ability to foster empathy. When we laugh with someone, we step into their shoes, if only for a moment. We see the world from their perspective, fostering understanding and compassion. So while humor may seem like a trivial pursuit, it is in fact a pivotal aspect of our social fabric. It's a unifying force, a catalyst for change, a tension diffuser, a beacon of hope, and a conduit for empathy. So remember, laughter isn't just the best medicine. It's also a powerful tool for social change. So, what have we learned about humor today? Quite a lot, it seems. We began our journey with a rollicking ride through humor's hilarious history. We saw how humor has been an integral part of human culture since the dawn of civilization. From the ancient graffiti in Pompeii to the witty plays of Shakespeare, humor has been used to entertain, to criticize, and to help us cope with the absurdities of life. From there, we trace the evolution of humor, observing how it has morphed and transformed over the centuries. We saw humor evolve from simplistic slapstick to sophisticated satire, from jesters in royal courts to stand-up comedians on the global stage. We learned how humor is a reflection of its time, a mirror held up to society, reflecting its hopes, fears, and preoccupations. We then dove into the fascinating world of the science of humor. We discovered how humor triggers the release of endorphins in our brains, creating a sense of euphoria and well-being. We explored the theories of humor, from the incongruity theory that posits humor arises from the unexpected, to the superiority theory that suggests we laugh at the misfortunes of others. From the realm of science, we moved on to the socio-cultural sphere, examining humor's role in society. We saw how humor acts as a social glue, binding people together and creating shared experiences. We learned how it can be a powerful tool for social commentary, a weapon to challenge authority, and a shield to protect us from life's harsh realities. In essence, humor is more than just a source of amusement. It's a complex, multifaceted phenomenon that has a profound impact on our lives, our societies, and our cultures. So the next time you share a laugh with someone, remember, you're not just having a good time, you're participating in a rich, evolving, and powerful aspect of human culture. Now go out there and keep the humor alive.